welcome to Creatom. Today I'm going to make some stamps. I'm making these stamps out of foam, and what you need is a very sharp knife, some foam, and a marker. I will explain the foam and marker part later. Now, here is an example why I used to make stamps. Now, these stamps are made of another material. The paint I used for applying these stamps on the wall, a fresh wall, is the acrylic paint from a hobby shop nearby. It's a very cheap paint, and it's already on there for about 4 or 5 years, and you can see some of them didn't apply that well, but we're very satisfied with it. Now here you see the foam. The foam is some foam I recuperated from some packaging material. It's very soft. It's like almost like the foam you find in some cushions. We use a marker to make a drawing on the foam. The drawing, okay, you can draw everything you want. Here I drew a very nice heart, although I have to say it myself. Now here's the very sharp knife, and this is one of the things you can't let children do because they would cut themselves. With the knife you're going to trace the line you drew, and while tracing you can see I pull out the foam a little bit to the exterior, and that's because it's easier to cut a little deeper. So instead of tearing the foam, I pull it a little bit and I use the knife to make the cut so it goes a little deeper. Now in the sharp corners, like here on top of the heart, it's very necessary to be very careful so you have a nice corner, and the same on the bottom side of the heart. The easiest way to do this is using a very sharp knife. It's a knife you can break off. I just broke off the last part because it wasn't sharp enough. I noticed it when I was making the logo. Now here I'm cutting on the side of the foam, and that's just to apply a cut so I can do the next step, and that's tearing off the excessive part of the foam. You can easily tear off in with this foam. You can easily tear off. You just have to take care that you don't tear off the drawing, the part you want to keep. And once you have a cut on the side to start with, you can go all around. This is something children could do. Now here's some a part that wasn't deep enough for me, so I made a little cut. So now you have a stamp. Okay, usually when you make a video for YouTube, you have all the materials ready. So in this case I forgot the paper. The paint is already in place, but the paper I forgot, so just fetching some paper. To come back on the wall I made, the material to make the stamps on that one is MDF and I drew on it and I removed the parts I didn't need with a Dremel. So here I am applying paint on the stamp. This is not the best way to do it. Now this is the better way. This with a big paintbrush, or those rollers to apply paint, they can work also. I noticed for MDF it's easier with the rollers. Then we gently push it down on the paper and we have a nice heart. So the problem is, not a problem, once you have applied paint on it, it will be much easier to put new paint on it because the paint won't absorb that much in the stamp, in the foam stamp. On MDF you have the same problem. The first 2-3 times you have to take care not to apply too much paint. You will have not that beautiful drawings, and once the paint is inside it will be better. Thank you for watching and hope I gave you some ideas. See you next time.